Last section is about absolute value. And I had mentioned this on a previous video, and now we're going to see the symbols for the absolute value. So the symbols for absolute value are these two vertical segments. And when those are around a number or an expression, you are to evaluate inside first. And then the answer that you get is really a measure of the distance away from zero. And since distance is expressed in a positive number, we will use a positive number for evaluating absolute values. So, for example, on number 15, we have the absolute value symbols around the -5. So, what we're really saying is how far away from zero is -5? Well, it would be 5 units to the left of the zero. And so that 5 units is what we would think of the absolute value representing. And so we will use a 5 for the absolute value of -5. Now, notice that the minus and the 18 do not have absolute values around those symbols. And so we will just bring those down. And now we're going to refer to what we talked about in our first two videos. You are actually combining a positive and a negative. The signs are different. So we're going to subtract. We're going to take 18 minus 5, and that gives us an answer of 13. Since the 18 has a greater absolute value, it's further away from zero, we're going to use the sign of that number. And so -13 would be our answer. In our second problem, we have an absolute value symbol around the -3. So how far is -3 from zero? Well, it's 3 units away. Then we have a subtract sign, and it's not in an absolute value, so it just stays as is. And then we have an absolute value symbol around a -6. So how far is -6 from zero? Well, it's 6 units away from zero. So we will use a 6 there. All right, now we're combining a positive and a negative. So we're going to subtract, and 6 minus 3 is 3. Our 6 is our bigger of the two numbers, the bigger absolute value. It has a negative with it. And so our answer is -3. Now, your first assignment is on Alex. So make sure that you write down your work. And if your teacher has instructed you to use a work page, you may have to use your own paper and then submit that. So be sure that you follow your teacher's instructions about showing your work and about getting logged into Alex to get this first assignment. If you have any question, please email your teacher. Good luck.